So you are about to host a Super Bowl party as you have hosted for like 20 or 25 years in a row and missed maybe a couple 3 years in there.
So I don't think that it's 20. I'd have to go back and look. There was a period of time. Of course, we skipped a couple during COVID, but also there was the period of time when Aaron and I owned Tipsy Cow Bar in
And you were
Georgetown
doing
here.
stuff there.
And we were doing stuff there, and we did not have the energy to clean up and host, 20 to 30 people, sometimes up to 40 people for our Super Bowl party. Because our group of friends has we got two big things. We got Friendsgiving and then Super Bowl.
And people have vacillated in and out of this party too. Like some people were regulars for many years and don't come, and some people came later. And
there's people who are legitimately not on the list anymore too, not on the invite list.
For reasons.
For reasons.
The centerpiece of your Super Bowl party, I would say,
any good Super Bowl party
is the Coney Chonga. No.
Oh, of our Super Bowl party.
The centerpiece food is the Coney Chonga. And just briefly run over the Coney Chonga is what?
At the risk of divulging corporate secrets here.
Right.
It's we call it the Coney Chonga because it is essentially a coney dog, which if you know what that is, it's a chili dog basically.
It's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog.
It's a half a hot dog.
It's a half a hot dog. It's a little half a hot dog in a bun with Cincinnati chili, which is a very specific kind of chili.
Right.
Usually Skyline or Gold Star.
It's usually Skyline.
Skyline if you're an adult, Gold Star if you
don't
hate
care
yourself.
About chili.
And then it's got shredded cheese on the top, and then sometimes you throw onions on there, and sometimes you throw mustard, whatever. So my friend Chris Piper in college or sometime thereafter, he's a mad scientist when it comes to food, and specifically when it comes to frying things or just throwing together anything that you have in the kitchen into something. And he came up with the Coney Chonga, which is a chimichanga. It's a coney combined with a chimichanga, it's a hot dog with the Skyline chili and shredded cheese and sometimes some diced onions wrapped in a tortilla and then deep fried.
So the Coney Chonga has taken on a couple of different iterations. There's always a pile that are no onions, and there's a pile that do have onions, and now we have the gluten-free option.
The gluten-free option, which they will be exclusively gluten-free this year.
Okay, so are they made with the carb tortillas, basically?
So they're made with the it's a gluten-free tortilla. The only thing that had gluten in it, I discovered, was the tortilla, because it's a flour tortilla, soft flour tortilla. So you get rid of that, and chili, hot dog. I mean, who the fuck knows what's in a hot dog? Cheese, onions, there's no gluten, and you have to worry about in there. It's the wrap. So I got gluten-free wraps that are they're almost like a wonton. They almost end up like a wonton, like a fried. They're super crispy now, and
so they've gone from being back in the day at your party. Mm-hmm. There was a deep fryer involved.
Yes.
Somebody brought a deep fryer with a double section.
I actually invested in a deep fryer eventually. And then we threw it out because I felt like it was getting dangerous.
So there were onion rings and a couple of different things that we were making in the deep fryer. And your house smelled like a diner for a month.
It
felt like
the clothes, all awful. Your clothes had to be washed.
So now the Coney Chongas are air fried.
So this year I actually bailed on the air fryer for the Conies. This is a new.
What are you doing this year?
I got I've started cooking in a lot of cast iron.
So I
got a cast iron chicken fryer. So I'm going to fry them in the chicken fryer. So they're going to be back to fried, but they're gluten free. They're back to fried, but they're gluten free now. So they're totally healthy. I'd done some reading. I did some research. You can't really put the gluten-free wraps into an air fryer because they'll fall apart.
I got it.
Yeah.
So excluding the Coney Chonga, which is proprietary information, and we have now given out sort of the recipe. We're not giving out any of the secrets, though.
I can be sued by Chris Piper if I divulge that information.
What is your go-to Super Bowl food?
Wings. Well, I mean, it's got to be. I think wings is too easy. There was a couple years when I made we would do what we called a veggie tray. Now we would for a while we would lean into the unhealthiness of the food, like because it's Super Bowl, man. This is America.
It's the one day a year.
Yeah,
right.
Eat some terrible stuff and feel bad about yourself within minutes.
Back when I wouldn't have cared. Now I care a lot more.
Right. So we had one year we had a veggie tray, which was like a handful of carrots and some celery and like some sliced up green and yellow peppers and whatever, and then just bacon. Like this bacon just wrapped around in the section. And I had made some that was candied bacon.
Oh, candied bacon. Oh my gosh.
This year, I don't know if I'm going to have time to try it, but I discovered at Costco that they have jalapeno thick cut bacon, which is thick cut bacon that is like marinated in this jalapeno juice. And it is it is delicious. It actually shouldn't say bacon. It shouldn't say jalapeno bacon. It should just say diarrhea. But I'm thinking about experimenting with candied jalapeno bacon this year.
So I got to tell you, my favorite dinner, literally my favorite kind of dinner, is not buffet, but it is this kind of buffet.
Oh yeah,
like where you can come in. Like some years ago, and I'm trying not to get myself in too much trouble here, but some years ago, my ex-wife and her dude and I were at the same party, which was cool at the time, and they brought this big sandwich.
Oh,
and it was like a big Dagwood sandwich with thick cut bacon and all the kinds of sandwich meats. That was fantastic.
That was good stuff.
But when you pair that with some true style buffalo wings,
yeah.
And you got veggie tray, and you've got a coney chonga,
Yeah.
and you've got a pan full of chocolate peanut butter brownies.
Oh God, buffalo chicken dip. Somebody
And
always brings buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. And then somebody has always got to be kind of a weirdo, and they bring some sort of salad. It's like, it's not salad. It's like pistachio salad or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then somebody always makes, like they go too far. Mm-hmm. They either make or they buy some kind of cookie or decorated pretzel or some kind of shit that they always bring. But that's, if I could have that for dinner every night, I'd be 400 pounds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And be most likely in the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, but this year I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna put my calorie tracker away. Just gonna put it in my pocket and forget it's there for one day because this is gonna be like my cheat meal for the month.
Probably a good idea. Days of chunder at the Super Bowl.
But it's gonna be a good time.
It'll be good. Let's we don't have a funny way to end this one except it's Super Bowl. It's like this is second Christmas.
Yes.
And it's sad because it's kind of the end. Not for the podcast or anything.
No. I think this is our 26th episode, so we're like halfway through season 1.
We've done half a year of this podcast now. So congratulations, I guess.
So to end with the Super Bowl week kind of feels apropos.
Sure, yeah. I think it's good timing. So we've got coming up our picks, and
we're going to talk some entertainment stuff.
We'll talk some entertainment stuff too.
We'll be right back.
Let's get into it. We are just two middle-aged refugees from Generation X.
Man, we grew up in a time that was a lot simpler than it is today.
Could we gamble on sports back then?
No, not really. We did, but not legally. But now?
Now we can, and we can talk about it on a podcast, and we can talk about a lot of other things too.
And we're going to. I'm Lanny.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is Bet Small,
Lose Small. All right. It's the Gambler's Christmas.
Yeah, the game is here. It is, like you said before, it's a little bit sad because this is the end of the season.
Right.
But also, like, it's been a really tough betting year. It just has been a tough betting year. And I think this game is actually fairly easy, but we'll get to that momentarily.
It's been crazy. Nora Princiotti wrote a great piece on The Ringer. I don't know if you got a chance to really read it.
I skimmed it good.
She's actually become one of my favorite football writers this season. She wrote this piece about, like, basically this season's been crazy And this game in particular, like the fallout from this Super Bowl might be something that like kind of alters the NFL landscape in a way. And she drew an interesting comparison between this Super Bowl and the first Bengals 49ers Super Bowl, which was the last time that we had. So these two teams, the Seahawks and the Patriots, were both 60-1 odds to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year.
I mean, I don't know how you multiply that, but like
it's high.
Yeah. The Bengals and the 49ers, the year before they played in the Super Bowl, that was Joe Montana's coming out party. He
Right.
and Dwight Clark, they had the catch happen that year in the NFC Championship. They had won 6 games, and the Bengals had won like 6 games.
I think it was like 4.
Something
they might have
crazy.
been 4 and 12 or
and,
something.
And they both caught fire the next season.
Yep.
Ken Anderson, that was Chris Collinsworth, the NBC analyst. He was a player that year.
He was a rookie that year.
Yeah.
So the other interesting parallel was it was second-year Joe Montana in the Super Bowl.
He was pretty new.
And it was veteran Ken Anderson. So you almost have this weird parallel here with Drake May in his second year and Sam Darnold, who's kind of the veteran, who's
Sir.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead. Do it. Do your thing.
Sam Darnold and Ken Anderson don't belong in the same subcontinent.
Well, not yet.
No. Ken Anderson was a widely regarded, top 5 or 6 quarterback before that Super Bowl.
Before that Super Bowl?
Yes, before that Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, there's still time for old Sammy D.
Maybe he isn't what we thought he was.
We're gonna end up talking about this a lot in this game preview because there's so much that rides on Sam Darnold's performance in particular in this game. It's gonna control. It's gonna kind of determine the flow of the game. Like what's the Seahawks. What strategy the Seahawks are going to use, how the Patriots are going to be able to play off of that. It's going to be really interesting.
He's still he's still questionable, believe it or not.
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, he's still got a cube. I think he's fine. I mean,
Tom Brady was questionable for 20 years.
He played 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
But the ESPN has this little preview up on their website, as they are wont to do. I'm going to read you the stats on the left-hand side, and I'm going to read you the stats on the right-hand side, and I want you to tell me who's who real quick.
Okay.
One guy is 323 of 477 with 25 TDs and 14 picks. The running back from that side had 221 carries, 5 TDs, and 1,000 rushing yards. The receiver from that side had 119 receptions and 10 TDs.
Well, I don't know who this
for
is.
1,800 yards.
I already know who this is.
The leading sacker on this side is only 7 sacks, and the leading tackler had 126. That's
Seattle.
Yeah.
Because JSN is the one with 1,800 yards.
Correct.
Might be one of the, if he's not the best receiver in the league, he's one of the 2 or 3 best.
The best receiver on the Patriots is the most prolific baby daddy in the NFL.
He's scored plenty.
He scores a ton, but he only had 4 TDs this year. STDs undetermined.
Settle down. Settle down, sir. Settle down.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Anyway, we're not saying any names, but
it's Stefon Diggs.
It rhymes with hef on figs.
That's right.
So when you look at that, when you look at just those numbers and you consider that Seattle had a top 5 defense all year.
Yeah.
Aren't you thinking that Seattle's a favorite? Like a legitimate favorite?
There's a reason why they're 4.5-point favorites, which is what the line is settled in at. I think at one point, you asked me this last 2 weeks ago after the championship games.
Right.
I was like, it's probably Seattle minus 3.5. You said, Oh, it's minus. You said -4.5, and we looked it up. It was -4.5.
Well, it was -3.5 at the time.
Was it -3.5 at the time?
Well,
Okay.
it went off at 3.5 it opened at 3.5.
It was 3.5 at one. It at some point
On
during the last 2
DraftKings,
weeks.
but it's not on FanDuel.
At some point during the last couple weeks, it was 3.5.
We were both right.
It's settled. Yeah, it's settled at 4.5, and that's where it's going to stay. There were some concerns about Drake May and his shoulder earlier in the week.
He's not listed
fine.
on any injury
He's fine.
report.
He's going to be fine. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense that the Seahawks are favored. I think it makes sense because I mean they have the same win-loss record for the two of them.
Yeah, but the schedules are
a little
wildly
bit
different.
Schedules are a little bit different. I don't. Well, if you want me to go ahead and pick who I think. I mean, I think the line is fair. There's always there is always going to. How long is it going to take for Sam Darnold hesitancy to go away?
1 quarter.
I'm saying like in the big picture, like overall.
Oh, before
do you still have concerns about Sam Darnold having a classic Sam Darnold game in the Super Bowl right now today?
Yes, but Drake May didn't show me anything in the AFC Championship either.
Okay, but we're just talking about Sam Darnold.
I know, but like if you got one guy that's like ready to go and you got one guy that's nervous, you've seen how that fight ends, right?
Sure.
But if you got two guys that are nervous,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen. Exactly.
Well, there's some interesting bets around that too, because you could very well see like a scoreless first quarter, a bunch of 3-and-outs, guys winging passes 6 feet over their receivers' heads, throwing balls in the dirt.
Yeah, I think there's going to be
You know.
some nerves to start, but I actually think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
There's not a lot of. So you think it's going to be high?
I think it could be high-scoring. I'm going over 45 and a
Interesting.
half.
Okay. I think the biggest thing here is that Seattle has a significant advantage. I think on defense, maybe not a significant advantage on defense, but enough of an advantage that it makes a difference. And they have a big time advantage on special teams. They have one of the best special teams units. I think they were the number one special teams unit in the NFL. And on top of that, they have Rashid Shaheed, who is widely considered one of the best, if not the best, return men in the NFL this year. And when you have a game like this that there are a lot of variables, maybe some unpredictability when you're dealing with two quarterbacks, like a young quarterback and another guy who is Sam Darnold. You have to look at other factors like what's the defensive match, what's the defense matchup, what's the special teams like. You've got a potential that they could run back a kick or a punt at any point, or get a big return that shifts the field position battle. Those are all things that I'm looking at that I think give Seattle the advantage here. Whether or not it's going to be a high scoring game, we'll get to that in just a little
It may not be. It may not be, but I just have a feeling it could turn into a shootout. I don't want to sports ball too much because we're not sports ball experts, and us two guys sitting here sports balling for 20 minutes is not really good theater. But does anything about the field suggest to you that one team has an advantage over the other? And the reason I say that is, doesn't New England play on regular turf?
They do. Yes, I believe
Seattle
they do.
plays on. I think they're on
Seattle.
synthetic.
I think they're on a synthetic. Look that up while you got the fancy.
I got the Google.
You got a
machine
keyboard Google machine in front of you. I believe Seattle has like a hybrid. All these teams are going to like a hybrid grass and synthetic kind of turf.
Yeah,
nowadays.
Seattle, Lumen Field in Seattle. I can't keep up with this stadium names anymore.
they
It's
change every
aggravating.
day.
It's Mile High Stadium. Okay, that's where they play.
Yeah.
They play on field turf core surface,
Okay.
a top tier synthetic turf designed for football and soccer durability.
Well, great. That's great.
I have, for whatever reason, I think that's a small advantage New England.
there's a weird history of Super Bowl turf, especially when you get into like this is I don't know how many. I think we've had at least 2 or 3 Super Bowls played in Santa Clara now.
Yeah, I mean, I like Santa Clara because it's always going to be like 40s, 50s, or 60s.
Yeah,
it's going to be decent enough weather.
I think the forecast this weekend is like 50s. The game is at 6:30 Eastern, which means it's going to be 3:30
West
Wait
Coast.
a second. Are they West Coast is 3 hours behind?
Yes.
Okay. 3:30. So it's gonna be in the afternoon. You're laughing. I don't know my time zones.
Sometimes I just want to go live on the West Coast where I can if I get up at 7 a.m., it's still 4 a.m. it's 10.
Football at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think I could get used to that.
Those European games, though, man.
You're
now we're gonna have an Australian game. Did you see this?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's getting wild out there. We're gonna try to have all 32 teams play.
Do people not understand how long it takes to get to friggin' Australia?
It takes a long fucking time, man.
24 hours of travel. And that's once you get to where an airport that you can actually fly out of direct.
So I think it's 14 hours to Australia from California. Both teams are. I think it's going to be St. Louis. Jesus. I think it's going to be the Rams and 49ers in Australia. I think. I'll have to look that up. But it's West Coast teams going to Australia, which I think is Australia is the perfect. Australia is they want
love
football there, don't they?
We know some Australians through the basketball league we play in, and I've known these folks for 20 plus years now. They love their sports in Australia. Okay. They call American football gridiron down there.
No shit.
Okay. Yeah, and they have gridiron leagues.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay.
But they love their sports. They love all of it.
We're
NBA.
not talking about rugby.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know, man. It's Australia. Everything's upside down.
We are so
the
far
toilet's
off
flush backwards, dude. Okay, we probably should get back to the Super Bowl here.
Can you update the contest?
Yeah,
let's update the contest.
Start with that.
Which I'm winning.
I've been avoiding it, okay? I've been avoiding it.
You won the regular season contest significantly.
I should, and handily, I will say.
And I was in danger of having to wear one of those god-awful Bills hats.
Well, let's not take you out of the danger zone just yet. But after conference championship weekend, you are 190, almost 197 pesos in the positive. Okay,
yeah.
So you've turned your 600 pesos so far into 796.95 pesos.
Hey, that's better than even money.
Me, on the other hand, I am down about 5 pesos. I was up a little bit, and then I was up a little bit more, and then conference championships were not good for me.
Well, you're going to have to go wild in these prop bets because my 3-leg parlay is going to hit.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm here for it. Do you want to hear? So we say this is the Christmas of gambling. Tell me on Super Bowl, like, are you going to have FanDuel or DraftKings up? Or are you going to be hitting some in games or what?
This year for the content, I am going to live bet the game and do a couple of things I wouldn't normally do, like in the regular season.
Excellent.
I kind of took the playoffs seriously because I wanted to be right. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's no more of that. Like, we know this is the last game until August. This is the last game until the Hall of Fame game where Bill Belichick will not be getting in. So it's time to have some fun. I just to be a little bit real for this betting season, I put $200 in my FanDuel account to start the season. It has $180 in it now.
Hey, look.
So my gambling year on the contest has kind of gone like my gambling year altogether.
You could do a lot worse.
You could have lost your shirt.
I'm up about 50 or 60 on my FanDuel.
This is not a year where I'm going to buy a drone.
I bet much smaller. Well, and this is the thing when we were talking about how it was a crazy year. We're not the only ones that are saying, like, we're not saying that as in, we're not trying to say that
we
as
didn't
like,
have a good year.
No, we're not saying, well, we had a bad year, so it must have been weird. No, it was weird. This is a weird year to pick week to week.
I mean, these Super Bowl teams, what you were talking about earlier with this article. These Super Bowl teams are the longest odds combined to ever play in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I should have put a bow on that because it's the San Francisco Cincinnati first Super Bowl was the last time that we had two teams they were both 50-1 to win the Super Bowl.
This year they're 60-1.
Yeah.
Both teams were 60-1 or greater to start the season.
Right.
So this is the wackiest, weirdest football year we've seen in some period of time.
It really is. It really is. Do you want me to go through some crazy prop bets that I like? You don't have a lot of prop bets. You didn't look at those yet.
Just give me your parlay.
Okay.
We're going to do we'll come back and do some prop bets, but give me your 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
I don't need we'll do some more bets here in a minute, but give me your 3-leg parlay just so we can get that out of the way.
Okay. I am going to go first of all. Okay, we should lay down the rules here. So we're still doing the 200 pesos for the contest. We have to pick a winner, just either straight up with the money line. I'm sorry, straight up with the points with the point spread, or money line.
Right.
Then we have to build a parlay that's at least 3 legs.
Right.
After that, you can do whatever you want. Like if you got 6 other bets that you want to put on,
I'm going to have a couple other bets, but it's not going to be a ton.
I'm going to have several because I have to pepper this game with prop bets that can get me back. I'm 200 pesos down on you. I gotta make some ground up here because you're wearing a fucking hat. I didn't do all that work in the regular season to see you get out.
I can't believe I talked you into letting me out of the thing by winning.
I know. I have a long history. How many times have I let guys off the hook in a poker game?
I led you down the primrose path of let's double or nothing in the playoffs.
Yeah. Anyway,
who do you think is going to win?
Taking all things into consideration here with the line, with the way both defenses are pretty good. There's going to be some nerves on both sides of the ball because there's not a lot of Super Bowl experience on either side here. I like the Seahawks, and I'm actually going to lay the points. I'm going to lay the 4.5. I'm taking Seattle minus 4.5, and I'll have to look here what the that's gonna be a minus 112. Okay, now I'm only going to put 80 pesos on that. The rest, 120 pesos
on different things,
is going to be just spread around like Stefan Diggs across multiple prop bets.
The Stefan Diggs jokes. I can't believe they broke out.
Man,
it took all year, but they're finally here.
Hey, look, I can make those jokes. He was on my team at one point. So
I am going to. I'm also going to take Seattle, but I'm going to take them money line.
Okay,
and that will play into my parlay here a little later. A couple of my parlays here later on.
So they're minus 235.
Yeah, and I'm going 50 pesos on that.
50. Okay.
But I need to I need to look up the alt line, but I am going to middle.
Oh, there's all kinds of alt lines.
I'm going to middle this game.
Oh,
because
boy.
I think it's going to be within 5 or 6 points.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to end up taking the Pats plus like 7.
Okay.
And that'll put me within my margin.
Okay. All right. We're going to call it my 3-leg parlay here. I'm going to go Seattle money line. And I'm going to go the over-under is 45.5.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like this is now the Patriots, you look at now they played in bad weather last week, scored 10 points, or 2 weeks in the conference championship, scored 10 points. That wasn't necessarily their doing, but Drake May got hurt at some point during that game and really wasn't able to throw the ball. Neither team was really able to do anything in the second half, nor did the Patriots really need to. They blocked a field goal at one point. They had Sean Payton made a really strange decision to go for go for it on fourth down inside in the red zone.
I didn't like any of that.
So the Patriots kind of got away with some stuff. I don't think they're going to score a ton of points in this game, and I don't think the Seahawks are either. I think the Seahawks formula here is take a lead early, shorten the game, grind it out. Kenneth Walker, lots of touches, lots of rushing yards. Kenneth Walker, swing passes. Kenneth Walker, 4th and 1, slamming into the line. I think Kenneth Walker might get close to 30 touches in this game. And I think the Seahawks just kind of control it. They get a couple big run backs on punts or kickoffs, kind of keep field position in their favor. And I think Seattle can win this game, and I think they can keep it under the 45.5. So that's what I'm going to go with. Seattle money line and under 45.5. And then I got to put one more in there, which is going to be a let me put this all into my little calculator app here. Under 45, and I'm going to go Ramondre Stevenson anytime touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, running back for the Patriots. I think the Patriots will score, and I think it's probably going to have to be on the ground. If there's any place that the Seahawks are going to give up a little bit of ground, I think it's going to be against the run. And the Patriots might be able to. I think the Patriots have a chance to like really get squashed in the second half. I think if the Seahawks are able to take a lead in the second half, I think it's bad news for the Patriots because I don't know about Drake May being able to. They've let teams stay close, even if they take a halftime lead. They've let teams stay close. I mean, even Houston, when C.J. Stroud was playing as though he'd been hit in the head with a snow shovel for the first half, they still had a chance to win at the end of that game. So
we see this game really similarly, and maybe that's not too hard.
Maybe it's a bad thing. So anyway, this 3-game parlay, which is Seattle money line, Seattle game total under 45.5 and Stevenson touchdown, that gets me to plus 834, and I'm going to put 40 pesos on that one. So that's going to leave me with 80 more pesos to spread around on a few things. And I talked a lot there, so right. I'm going to back off.
Okay, so I gave my winner there. This is, we're going to call this bet the middle.
Okay.
And this is very much the middle of the road for the quarterbacks and for the game. I have the Seattle Seahawks money line. I have the New England Patriots plus 7.5 because I think they can keep it close.
That's an alt line?
That's an alt line. I have Drake May, 175 plus passing yards, and I have Sam Darnold, 175 plus passing yards, and that's 50 pesos at plus 304. So that's very safe. We're looking to be safe here.
You're playing out the string.
I'm trying to run the clock out.
Yeah,
trying to run the clock out.
You're going four corners. You're going prevent defense basically.
This is my parlay though. This is my good 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
Seattle money line over 45.5. Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown.
Nice. Okay.
And then my last, and that's 50 pesos on that.
And what do you got on that?
Oh, sorry, that is plus 235. Just another safe.
Just, man.
Laying it in there.
Okay.
Nice and snug, but safe, just like the WWE.
Okay.
And the last one is the Kenneth Walker special. 110 plus yards receiving and rushing, and an anytime touchdown for plus 179, and that's 50 pesos.
And what is that? What's
plus
your
179?
Plus 179. Okay. 50 pesos on that. All right. Before I sprinkle my fairy dust all over the place.
I'm excited to hear all this shenanigans.
I want to give you some. Now, I love these prop bets.
You like the prop bets.
One of my favorite podcasts to listen to every year is when Simmons and Cousin Sal do their big player prop thing. And this year, I wanted to go through, since we have our own podcast now that's significantly less listened to than Simmons and Sal.
Not that much.
I at least wanted to not that much, but I wanted to give you a couple interesting bets here. Okay, let's start with Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker and Ramondre Stevenson each to record 5+ rushing yards in each quarter. So each quarter, both Ramondre Stevenson and Kenneth Walker have 5 yards.
I like that a lot more now than I did, say, a month ago when Ramondre Stevenson had a running mate. Mm-hmm. Or when Kenneth Walker had a running mate.
Right.
Ramondre Stevenson shares carries. He's not even the leading rusher on his team.
Well, he is now. So that's the interesting wrinkle to this.
Trevion Henderson.
Henderson is still alive. It's not like
he's dead.
It's not like he's injured. He's not out like who's the other running back for Seattle? Charbonnet.
Yeah,
the fly in your
black fly in
your
my Charbonnet.
God, I'm never gonna forgive you for that. Yeah, so it's
Zach
not.
Charbonnet.
Yeah, so it's not like Zach Charbonnet is. It's not like Trevion Henderson is gone. He's not like on the injury report. He just hasn't gotten carries. Ramondre Stevenson has been the one that they've leaned on. But Kenneth Walker and Ramondre Stevenson to each get 5+ rushing yards in each quarter.
That's tough.
Plus 500.
That's a good bet.
Okay,
I kind of like that.
I'm doing that one.
Okay,
that one's going on my that's going on my list.
I wish you wouldn't, because I like that bet.
Stevenson and Walker, 5 yards in each quarter, 500. Now a lot of these you can't put together. You can't. The FanDuel won't let you. These are a lot of like special bets. Some of these I'm just kind of throwing out there for people to look at and go, huh, that's interesting. So we're gonna do 20 pesos on that at plus 500.
All right.
I
like it.
So I'm now up to, that's 140. I've still got 60 pesos left. Here's another one that I think is interesting. Trevion Henderson, who we just talked about, anytime touchdown scorer. Now, you think about the way this game goes, and there's always something weird happens in the Super Bowl. Some guy comes, you got somebody, one of the announcers is going, and it's Henry Hynoski with a receiving touchdown. Like somebody who's like been completely invisible for weeks or months on end, or maybe hasn't even touched the ball this season.
Right.
Maybe it's a lineman. Mike Vrabel.
That does happen. Vrabel is famous for that too.
Vrabel has 2 Super Bowl touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns.
That's right, he does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
As a defensive, was he a linebacker? He was a linebacker. Linebacker. Okay. So Trevion Henderson is plus 470 to have an anytime touchdown. I'm not going to put that one in my picks, but I think it's worth watching because you can also put Trevion Henderson anytime touchdown scorer plus JSN anytime touchdown scorer together, and you can get plus 877.
Oh, how many pesos are you putting on that?
I'm putting 10 pesos on that one, my friend, because
okay.
I think that one, because really the tricky part is Trevion Henderson gets the touchdown. JSN, like, it's almost a guarantee that JSN is going to have a touchdown in this game. Wouldn't you say? I mean, especially if you're anticipating a high scoring game.
They put a number on that. You can probably look it up.
Okay. Well, there is a number on that, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. So that's plus 877 for Henderson and JSN.
You are swinging for the fences here, my friend.
Yes, that's right. We're putting 10 on that one.
Swinging out of your shoes.
That's right. Any other position besides quarterback to win MVP? What do you think that is?
Oh, probably like plus 1,200.
Plus 195.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not much.
I think it says a lot about the quarterbacks in this game.
Were they expecting Kenneth Walker to go crazy or JSN to go crazy? Who do they think is throwing him the ball?
I think there's potential for Ramondre Stevenson. I think there's potential for I think really what this leans on is Seattle is a favorite, which means if Seattle wins, you're looking at Sam Darnold, JSN, Kenneth Walker. Maybe you've got a little bit of Rashid Shaheed Like if Rashid Shaheed has like 3 huge returns and like a punt return touchdown, and it's a low scoring game.
I mean, that it's possible. Anything is possible. That's why they put odds on these things. But like,
well,
I think that if Drake May has a good game, and no other New England player has a great game, that he'll win the MVP. Conversely, I think if Sam Darnold has a great game and somebody else on his team has a great game, it's kind of a toss-up. They don't believe in Sam Darnold the way that they believe in Drake May. I mean, and they, by the media, like the people that have been covering football.
Right.
I think there's a stigma on Sam Darnold.
I mean, look, you're talking to the guy that is a firm believer in a Sam Darnold stigma. So, but I mean,
do you think, like you've been talking about Sam Darnold all year, and we're going to quote one of the coaches we were talking about earlier. Is he going to turn into a pumpkin at the Super Bowl? What would be your odds of Sam Darnold turning in a very Sam Darnold performance where Denny Green says he is who he thought he was, and he turns into a pumpkin?
Let's put some numbers on this. Are we saying under 150 yards passing?
I'm saying he cost
2 interceptions, no
cost
touchdowns.
Seattle the game. Like where you get to the end of the game and you look at it, you're like, God, Sam Darnold really fucked this up.
I would put it at a plus number at this point.
Okay.
Because one thing that Seattle, if you look at how Seattle's been able to win this year, even when Sam Darnold has had those weird moments, you look at like the Rams game, throwing a touchdown pass off of somebody's helmet. The couple of one of the early round playoff games when he had like 178 yards passing or something like that. What Seattle has figured out is how to hide him, how to identify early when Sam Darnold is not having a game leading type of game, and how to shift the pressure to other people, to put it on the running backs, to put it on the defense, to get into field goal position and then win the time of possession battle. They figured out ways to hide Sam Darnold when he doesn't look right.
I don't know if I agree with that. Here's what I think is actually happening with Darnold. He has, when he had Charbonnet and he had Walker, he had a tandem that was probably the best in the league, or one of the best in the league. With just Walker, he's still a very good running back. He's throwing to the best receiver in the league right now.
Sure.
And he has one of the better running backs in the league, or tandems.
Cooper Kupp not out of the question either.
No. Cooper Kupp is still very viable. So I don't think they hide him so much as they know what he's good at. And what he's good at is play action.
Yeah.
He is very good at play action. And when a guy is like 3 yards wide open and he's JSN and he's burned everybody and they find him ways to get him open, he's pretty competent in that way.
Yeah, that's a good call. You're right about that too. They play to his strengths, and they know when he's maybe. It's probably a combination of the two things that we're saying.
Plus, the offensive line is really pretty good.
The offensive line is really good. They play to his strengths, and they know when, hey, Sam, we got to take a little bit of the ball out of Sam's hands.
Give you something easy, but you give it to Kenneth Walker, like they did this in the NFC Championship. They gave it to Kenneth Walker. He zagged, he zigged, and he was 6 yards down the field.
Yeah,
and then they handed it to him again, and he zigged and he zagged, and he's 9 yards down the field. And by that third play, you don't have any choice but to bring the safety down.
Right.
When you bring the safety down and you unleash JSN back there in the corner,
yeah,
that's tough.
It's over because you can't double JSN because you got Cooper Kupp out there.
No, it's very tough.
They've even mixed in Rashid Shaheed into, even though he's been their primary returner the last half of the season, they've mixed him in on offense a little bit too, and he can be dangerous there. So, yeah, I mean,
and Sam Darnold wasn't a top pick for no reason.
That's true. That's 100% true. It's bizarre that in a draft class with Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, here we are with Sam Darnold
playing for the
Super Bowl before any of those guys. And I do put Baker Mayfield in that conversation too, because Baker Mayfield has had just as many. I wouldn't say just as many opportunities, but I mean he's had seasons that are similar to what Sam Darnold's been doing this year, where he's good enough to get to a Super Bowl.
I would rank Baker Mayfield as a quarterback ahead of Sam Darnold.
And I think until this year, I think you're probably right.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was in a bad situation in Cleveland.
They're kind of like this now. They're like Sam Darnold. Like they're not. I don't think that we're going to look up one day and say, "Holy shit, Sam Darnold has passed Josh Allen and Lamar and all those guys." Like now he's tier 1 and these other guys. Like I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But Sam Darnold is. You poo-pooed my idea of the Ken Anderson Sam Darnold comparison.
I think Ken Anderson was much better or much more regarded than Sam Darnold is at this point.
At the time, yes.
Yeah.
At that point, the same point in his career.
We're talking like the late 70s quarterback stats, versus even the late 90s quarter. They're different worlds.
A little bit different breed. Yeah,
but
totally.
Anyway, so
let's go.
Have you done all your picks?
No, I've got a couple more that I want to talk about, but I've only got 2 more picks that I'm actually going to make here.
All right, let's hear it.
So we talked about any other position Super Bowl MVP at plus 195. I'm actually going to put 10 pesos on that. All right. I've changed I think I said a few minutes ago, I don't know whether I said this or not, but I'm taking that plus 185 and I'm going to put 20 pesos on that because I started doing math here and I'm running out of places to sprinkle all my all my money. So I've got, let's see, 120, 140, 50, 67. So I've got 30 pesos left. All right. Here's a same game parlay for you. Do you know who Brady Russell is?
I do not.
Brady Russell is currently the blocking fullback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
He has not had a carry this season.
Oh, wow.
But he has played in the last, I don't know that he's necessarily been a starter in the last 5 games, but he has been the lead blocking back for the Seahawks since their original lead blocking back was injured back in November or December. Now, there's always that guy that scores a touchdown that we haven't heard of. I already gave you Travion Henderson, but I'm going to give you Brady Russell, anytime touchdown scorer, and Ramondre Stevenson, anytime touchdown scorer. Which Ramondre Stevenson is much more likely to score a touchdown.
Right.
This is plus 13,700.
Oh my God.
137 to 1.
If that hits, I'm done, right?
I don't know. I'm only putting 10 pesos on it. But at 137 to 1, my friend, that would be a huge
So that would
hit.
pay you 1,370 pesos.
It would on 10, yes. Yeah, it would be 13, almost 1,400 pesos. Yep, that's right. I'm putting 10 pesos on it. So that's Brady Russell. Brady Russell, remember that name. I do have to give a little bit of credit to Cousin Sal for digging up that name.
Oh my gosh.
But when I was looking through the prop bets, it was one that would have stood out to me anyway, because I've learned over the years that there's always that guy that just comes out of nowhere and scores a touchdown, and you're like, who the hell is that? So that's 10 pesos for me right there. I've got a couple others here. If you're interested in alternate over-unders, I said this was going to be a low-scoring game. Over 40.5 is only minus 225. I think that's worth looking
that's
for.
not bad.
If you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, you can get over 48.5 at plus 130. If you think it could get, if this is a 28-21 game,
okay.
If it's a 30-24, something in there. I personally don't think that those are, but look at those alternate over-unders. Last play of the game to be a quarterback kneel, minus 164.
Oh, that's a minus.
That's almost a double your money and move on.
Wow.
Last play of the game, quarterback Neal. Final score to have occurred as a past Super Bowl final score. So we're talking a repeat final score of a previous Super Bowl.
Like a 28-21.
Yeah, something that's already happened. Plus 400. Plus 400. To have the same score as a previous Super Bowl. There's now been 60 Super Bowl. This is the 60th Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
So you think of all the different score permutations in there. I did not do any further research on this. All I saw was plus 400, and I was like, there's 59 other combinations that this could be. I don't know what the numbers are for total number of score combinations. I'm sure it's very, very high. I mean, you talk about prop bets being a lottery ticket. This is a lottery ticket.
Well, that's a one time. It's the 1 times 2 times 3 times. That's how you calculate.
Exactly. This. It's still only 4-1 though, and there are other score combinations that are more common than others. You know, like 19 to 18 is not going to be super common. 22 to 16 is not going to be super common, but you know, the 28-21, whatever, those are pretty usual. So I would say as a betting person, if you're looking to bet small and get a nice, interesting 4-1 thing to root for, I would look at that.
I would have to go in my stats class and try to remember how you would calculate. It's not 1 times 2. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's but it's weird because there's only so many ways you can score.
Yeah.
You can score about 2, 3, 6, 7, or 8.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Those are the ways to score.
I think so.
2,
3,
or
6,
1.
7.
You can score
8.
1, a 2.
Well, you can't. Yeah.
You can extra point.
Yeah, but the extra point.
But you can't score an extra point by itself.
You just can't.
Okay,
you can't just have an extra.
So
point.
it's 2, 3.
You gotta have a safety.
2, 3, 6, 7, or 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You'd have to do that math. Somebody would have to smarter than me.
This is going to be riveting. This is going to make a great
Well,
short.
Here are the first 20 scores. 35-10, 33-14, 16-7, 23-7, 16-13, 24-3, 14-7, 24-7, 16-6, 21-17, 32-14, 27-10, 35-31, 31-19. So there are some repeat numbers in there, but I don't know that we've ever had a repeat score. I guess we have. I'm going to have to find out. Should we take a break now and come back?
No, I got one. I got
one more.
I got to sprinkle 2 more. I'm going to sprinkle 2 more little.
All right, let's. I've
decided to go 2 more because I'm going to actually go that. I'm going to do the over.
This is a long first segment.
It is. I'm sorry. It's not as long as most of them. Settle down. Over 40.5 is minus 225. I'm going to put 10 of my remaining 20 pesos on that.
All right.
And one more here. This is more of a home run. Rashid Shaheed, first touchdown scorer.
Okay.
Now he's a kick returner and punt returner.
You think that's going to happen?
Well, let me listen to my line of thinking here.
All right.
There's a 50-50 chance that he's going to receive the opening kickoff, and we already know that Seattle's special teams is excellent. He's returned a kickoff for a touchdown this year.
Okay.
He's returned a punt for a touchdown this year. So if this game starts off and it's back and forth, it's 3 and outs, 4 and outs, 5 and outs, teams are punting back and forth, you might have a situation where you've got 3-4 punts, and then here comes Rashid Shaheed and opens the scoring, maybe even in the second quarter with a punt return touchdown. Plus 1,800 on Rashid Shaheed to be the first one, and I'm going to put my last 10 pesos on that one. Plus, that's 18-1, 10 pesos. So there you go. I'm going prop bet heavy. I'm going to be in real trouble if only my regular picks hit. If I hit any combination, or God help us, all of them hit, I might have to move to Vegas.
All right.
So there we go.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk a few other crazy prop bets, and we'll talk some entertainment news. By the way, if you're interested, each of the 60 Super Bowl games has featured a different score.
Every single one.
Every single Super Bowl.
Wow.
So that prop bet is garbage.
Okay. Well, I didn't put any money on it.
No, the odds on it are bad because so far in 60 tries, it's 0 for 60.
Okay. Well, it only takes one, Lanny.
That's right.
It only takes one.
We'll be right back. Okay, I have a game for you.
All right.
We've been talking about the prop bets.
Yeah.
This will be brief, but I just want to do a couple of. This is the game. I'm going to read some names, and I want you to tell me if they are a potential anytime touchdown scorer or a fake name.
Okay, this is great because I got to do all my crazy prop bets. Now we get to do a fun. Now you get to do your.
Okay.
This will be interesting. Okay.
So is this person an anytime touchdown scorer candidate, or is it a fake name? First name is Samuel Thomas.
Ooh. I'm going to say that's fake.
That's a fake name.
Okay.
All right. Eric Saubert.
Eric Saubert. I want to do like the Scripps Howard spelling bee and be like, can you use it in a sentence? I'm going to say that's a fake name.
That is a real tight end for the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, my God.
And he is plus 1,000 to
Plus 1,000, 10 to 1.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Robert Nixon.
That's got to be fake.
All right, that is fake.
Okay.
Gary Dirty Sanchez.
Please tell me that's real. Is it? It's got to be real.
No, that's fake.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Bo White.
Bo White, I feel like that's a Patriots. Somebody on the Patriots.
No, that's fake.
Oh my God.
Jack Westover.
No, that's fake.
That is a real tight end
my
for the New England Patriots, and he is plus 2,200 to score in the Super Bowl.
I gotta look up Jack Westover.
Yep.
My goodness.
Dwayne Morgan.
That's fake.
That is fake.
Okay.
Dareke Young.
That's almost too good to be fake. I'm gonna say that's a real one.
That is real.
Okay. Who is he?
He is number 83 wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, and he is plus 4,000 to score in the
Oh my
Super
God.
Bowl.
See, I want to look these guys up. I'm going to have to, after we offline, I'm going to have to look some of these guys up and see, like, did any of them catch? There's always the guy that, like, there's always that guy in the Super Bowl that, like, has not touched the ball.
Right.
Like, or like, you know, there's like very famously, we talked about Variable already. Then, like, you've got the guy that, who was it that caught the helmet catch for the Giants?
I don't remember that
And
one.
he never played another NFL game. Like, never had another catch in the NFL. Was out of football within, like, by like the next offseason.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Jay Adams.
Jay Adams. I have no idea. I'm going to say real.
No, it's fake.
Fake. Oh my
He
God.
played for the Hershey Colts in the Sim NBA.
So you're pulling names
Yeah,
from the
playing-
sim from
yeah.
our sim basketball.
And
Awesome.
the last one is Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams is a real player.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. What's his odds?
He's a wide receiver for the Patriots.
Okay,
and
okay.
he is plus 1,300.
I actually know Kyle Williams. I believe he caught a pass against the Bills in that game that the Bills came back from like a 30-something point deficit late in the season.
So this is the entertainment portion of our show.
Okay.
The last segment.
Because it hasn't been entertaining to this
Well,
point.
they don't know this yet, but they're about to get a
We're
lot
about to
more
get
entertainment, a lot more entertainment
Yeah.
coverage and some basketball,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But we kicked around this idea of doing more movie content, and
Yeah.
we probably will end up doing that because we're like not film buffs, but we're like movie guys.
We're film nerds for
Certain things,
people that are not like film nerds.
right?
You know?
So, Catherin O'Hara died this week.
Yes.
She did not die weird, which is kind of one of our things we do on the show.
Yeah.
Like when Gene Hackman died weird, that we talked about it. But Catherin O'Hara died pretty young, like 71.
It was a surprise. Like
Yeah, I
was,
think-
people were kind of shocked about that.
I don't think it was a surprise to people that knew her because she had missed the Emmys. I think she missed the Emmys,
Okay.
and she had lost a bunch of weight recently. And
maybe
they never came
maybe
out.
it's some undisclosed illness.
Yeah, but
okay.
she was widely considered one of the queens of comedy. For someone that never really did stand up, she kind of had 3 careers.
Okay.
She was the SCTV female comedian that did amazing work. 50 episodes of SCTV, which if you don't know what SCTV is, Second City Television.
Right. I wasn't a big SC. I have not seen a lot of SCT.
Well, it was on when you were like an infant.
Well,
76 to 79 was her run on there.
okay.
So that was kind of her first thing. And then she did the SCTV Network, a TV series that she was in. And that was early on. Then she got what everyone knows her from, which was Beetlejuice in 1988.
Okay.
And she had not really been a film star up to that point. Not in that way, but she was huge in that movie.
Okay.
So that's probably the first thing you remember her from, right?
Well, yes, except okay, here's what I think of. I was thinking about this when we were in pre-production. Thinking about
Pre-production, right.
Yeah, thinking about
Nice way of saying it.
yeah, thinking about how do I know what's the best way that I know Catherin O'Hara? I know her from Beetlejuice. My first memory, the first thing that really kind of registers for me is the mom in Home Alone.
Yeah.
So was that before Beetlejuice was 98? Was
No,
was Home Alone
Beetlejuice was 88.
88. Okay.
Home Alone was 90.
Oh, okay. See, I thought Beetlejuice was after Home Alone.
And then she did Home Alone 2, of course.
Right.
And then she was in
But by the way, Catherin, that's one of the maybe one of the worst, most negligent movie moms of all time. Like, think about this. Think about the role that Catherin O'Hara played. This mom left her child twice, once at home and once in fucking New York City. Left him, like went home, and then a couple days later realized, oh shit, Kevin's not here. Like, I mean, I only have one kid. What's the closest? You have more than one kid. What's the closest you've ever come to like leaving a child someplace? Have you even come remotely close?
No.
To leaving a child home?
Them barely getting out of my sight is like, and
Right.
now like they'd be like, please leave.
It's almost
Please
preposterous.
leave me. Go somewhere else.
The character is almost preposterous. Not that Catherin O'Hara is actually really good in that role. She's really good in Beetlejuice. That's one of the things I most remember her for. But go ahead, because there are a few other things too.
Those are her big movie roles. I mean, is there a bigger 3-movie arc than Beetlejuice, Home Alone, and Home Alone 2?
Bigger movie in terms of box office and popularity, no.
No, I mean, you couldn't have been in 3 more popular films at the time.
But we do have to mention, you probably are getting to this, her role in Best in Show.
Yeah, so so she does a lot of stuff that not everybody saw.
Right.
I mean, Catherin O'Hara is in this weird, like, if you're not the funny 20-something and you're not the 30-something mom, what are you?
Right.
So
she was really good at playing that, like,
but she was never like a sex symbol.
No. She was really good at playing that role of like the not like the bitchy female role or female supporting or whatever, but kind of close to it. Kind of playing that kind of unlikable, kind of aloof. You know, the mom that she played in Beetlejuice was exactly that. And the mom that she played she just kind of had that aura about her that was like she could nail that role every time.
She could embody a weird, odd, overbearing, any one of those things.
Yeah.
You put her in that role,
kind of cold.
She is immediately believable. And that's acting. I mean, that's what. But
Absolutely.
I mean, 15 years before, she was goofy, funny, irreverent, like a completely different kind of thing.
It served her well when it got to that. Man, she is so good in Best in Show. You've seen Best in Show.
Yeah, and she did a ton of voice work in that era.
Yeah.
Like where she was doing that kind of stuff, Best in Show, those kinds of films where she's not playing the mom, she's not playing the irreverent 20-something, where she's a full-blown adult, but she's still weird.
There are very few like laugh out loud, fall out of your chair scenes. Very few that are better than the scene in Best in Show where she tears her ACL before she's supposed to walk her dog in the Westminster Dog Show. And she starts trying to walk. She's like, no, I think I can do it. And her knee is going like, I got this thing down where her knee just goes, like every time she takes a step, it's like her knee goes every different which way. It's just, the first time I saw that, Aaron and I were just rolling laughing. Just great. And that's the thing, like her early SCTV work was what really played into that kind of a role.
Comedy.
Yeah, physical comedy.
And then she played Cookie Fleck in Best in Show.
Yeah.
Can you name the mom's name from Home Alone?
Oh, man. The kid's name was Kevin. I don't.
There you go.
I can't
She was just
name
the
it.
mom.
She's just the mom. She's the mom from Home Alone. That's all you can really say. And if you say the mom from Home Alone, you go, oh,
Right.
that's Catherin O'Hara.
Kate is her name.
Kate. Yeah. You could have given me 100 shots at that, and it might have taken me 60 to get there.
I would agree with that. I couldn't have told you either. Then she was in Orange County. That was a Jack Black movie with Tom Hanks' kid.
Yeah.
And then for her final act, and I guess it wasn't her final act, but one of her final acts, she was in Schitt's Creek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you watch all of Schitt's Creek?
All of it. Aaron and I blew through it. We blew through it in a couple weeks back in the fall or maybe like late last summer. It's incredible. It's just incredible. And it's the same. It's like everything that she had done in her career, including like the age that she was at that point,
Right.
all culminated in that role, which I think is, I think it's her best work. And you've got a volume of it because it's a TV show. They did what? 80 episodes of that.
80 episodes.
So there was a lot there for her to work with, but co-starred with her co-star from
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy who
And
was
his-
also in Best of Show, was her partner in
Well,
Best of
I
Show.
mean, she and Eugene Levy go all the way back to SCTV.
Right, exactly. So she's incredible in that. It's when you say that's not necessarily her last act, but it really is kind of the last.
Oh, it's the thing that we know.
It's the
her
last
from.
recognizable thing that she was in.
So, what is interesting about that show and about she's working with Eugene Levy again.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about all the characters in Schitt's Creek, I think Dan Levy played basically a bigger, badder version of himself.
Sure. Yeah.
Annie Murphy is not so far from her character.
No.
She was at least acting. Eugene Levy is acting, but he's not so far away from what Eugene Levy might be.
Eugene Levy is a lot like a lot of these actors that we talk about. Has a lane, sticks to it, and is really, really good at it.
Catherin O'Hara made Moira Rose up from whole fucking cloth.
Yeah.
And every scene that she's in, it's hard to look away from her because of the way she talks and the accent that she does and the ridiculousness of who Moira Rose is.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's one of my favorite sitcom characters.
Does that show work with any other actress? I don't see how you get another actress and put them in that role and it works nearly as well.
Who would even come close? Are we talking like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, maybe,
Yeah, maybe
or like
Sarah Silverman if she was a little older.
Tina Fey.
Gosh,
Maybe.
Tina Fey would be a good one, but like, yeah, it would
there's not
take somebody
many.
that was really strong.
Yeah, yeah. And there's just not to do that role in particular. To have that, it's that like aloofness that Catherin O'Hara brought to all those roles, the Home Alones and the Beetlejuices.
Yeah, where
that
she throws herself completely to the character.
yeah.
And it's like you want to meet that person. Maybe you don't want to meet them because they're awful people, most of them.
Right.
But Moira Rose was like one of those characters. Like I cannot see it as somebody else.
No, I can't either. It would be different in the hands of most other comedic actresses, and I would say that the rapport that she has, part of that role is that she's got that rapport already with Jean Levy. So you got to have, if you're going to not have her in that role, then you almost have to have a different person playing the Jean Levy role.
I don't see how any of that show works without those specific. Surely it would have.
They could have made it work. I don't know how they'd make it work as well as what they came up with.
All right, so let's. Catherin O'Hara dead at 71. I think a lot of people were pretty affected by that.
Too soon, man.
And I think she was well liked in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You have been watching Begonia. You watched Begonia, which is Oscar nominated.
Yep.
I saw Eddington, which is Oscar nominated.
So Eddington
was it a year before?
Eddington got largely shut out. It's kind of considered one of the snubs of the Oscars.
But it wasn't going to. I didn't think it was going to get Best Picture.
It wasn't going to win. I mean, there was buzz around it as Best Picture. I think Eddington is a perfectly fine movie. I think in a lot of years, it's like it hovers in that like B+ to A- range. A lot like Begonia. Now, we're not going to talk necessarily about Begonia because you haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
I want you to watch it. If you don't know what Begonia is it's with
Emma Stone,
Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone.
Yeah,
and
that's all you need to hear. Really,
that's it. But there's a third actor in it who's and I can't remember his name right now. He's an autistic. He's actually on the spectrum. He's an autistic actor who plays the brother of Jesse Plemons, and he's really good. He plays a great supporting role in this movie.
Aiden Delbus?
Yes, yeah. That's him.
Okay.
And he's done some stage work, and he's done a little bit. He's largely unknown actor to this point, but he was excellent in it. When I told you it was a lot, I said the other day that it's a lot like Eddington in that there's 2.5 really great acting performances. He's the half, right? Whereas in Eddington you had Joaquin Phoenix, and then you had Pablo. I'm sorry. Who's the other lead in that one?
Oh, the guy from
the guy from
all the memes,
Last of Us, and this is terrible. Anyway, both of those guys were really good, and then you had and then you had the Native American police chief who was excellent in his role too. Emma Stone was oddly in both of those movies. Well, Emma Stone was in Eddington, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's in Eddington.
Yeah. Doesn't have a prominent role in that one.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Pablo, Jesus Christ. Pedro Pascal was really good. Joaquin Phoenix was excellent. But in Begonia, I would encourage anybody. You kind of have to rent it right now, unless you have a subscription to Peacock. Neither of us pay for the cock, so we don't get it for free. We'd have to rent it. I rented it the other day, and
now you've seen Begonia, you've seen Sinners, you've seen One Battle After Another, and you've seen Frankenstein.
Yeah,
I've only seen One Battle, and I'm going to see Sinners, and I'm going to see Frankenstein.
Okay. Frankenstein is... I don't want to tell you too much about it. I mean, we already know the Frankenstein story. It's a really awesome movie for 70 minutes. And then there's 80 more minutes left to go after that.
How does Leo DiCaprio get shut out this year?
Because I think because there's so much going on. Wait a minute. He did not get shut out of Best Actor, did he?
No, but how does he get shut out this year? He's up against Timothée Chalamet, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, and Wagner Moura.
How does he? Will he?
Yeah. Do you think he wins Best Actor?
It's either Chalamet. Well, see, Michael B. Jordan. Once you see Sinners and you see what they did with Michael B. Jordan,
where he plays two roles.
Right. You'll see. I think Michael B. Jordan has a shot. Chalamet is still in that, like, he's a little too young. Like, I think we went through this a few weeks ago. The number of actors under the age of 30 or under that have won Best Actor, it's like one in history.
I think Amy Madigan wins Best Supporting Actress for Weapons.
Okay.
Wasn't my genre of movie very well done.
No. Weapons was weird. There was a lot of stuff. I thought Alden Ehrenreich was really good in that.
Everybody was good. I thought that movie was really well done. It
was just structured oddly, and there was a lot of stuff that didn't need to be in there. And then there was stuff that they could have taken out and put in a little bit more backstory of the antagonist-ish.
Yeah, that was
person.
That I didn't enjoy that part.
Also, it's a horror movie, so you're just not going to get a lot of.
Is it a horror movie or is it a psychological thriller?
I think it teeters on the edge of those two things.
Yeah, not my genre.
Begonia is more of a thriller type of thing, but it's not a horror movie.
I can't say this very often. In fact, I can probably never say it. But I have a friend that went to the same college as me and worked in the media with me, but not with me. He's worked in the media. He's done way more stuff in the media than I will ever have done. He was a 60 Minutes producer. But there is an Oscar-nominated documentary short called Armed Only with a Camera. Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud. If you have a weak stomach, I would not suggest this, but to everybody else, go watch that film. It's 37 minutes. It's not long.
Interesting. I'll put it on the list. Where do we find that?
It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
It is about this journalist who ended up getting murdered in the coverage of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Okay.
It is one of the most powerful films you will ever see. And it is one of those films where someone's unabashedness, you don't understand how unabashed they are about the story that they're telling until you watch the film. And I say that because if you've never wielded a camera in a journalistic setting before, it takes a lot of guts to shoot a dead body for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes.
I would say, yeah.
It takes a lot more guts when that dead body is the body of your brother.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
But Brent Renaud's brother, Craig, did just that.
Okay.
And had the wherewithal to get someone to film him doing the filming of his dead brother.
Wow.
And my friend Jeff Newton, who has just started this thing called From the Writer's Cabin, he picked up, like, literally, he was not doing political content until a month ago, 6 weeks ago. He went from like 4,000 followers to 124,000 followers in like 5 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
He's a former 60 Minutes producer. This all got kicked off when Barry Weiss was named the president of CBS and they blocked a 60 Minutes article.
Catalyst for a lot of things, I would say, in media right now.
Jeff got on and did a commentary, and then he did another, and then he did another, and then it was a thing.
Okay.
And like literally he's at 124,000 followers on Facebook now.
How many of those are there just to tell him how much he sucks?
Probably some.
Yeah.
But anyway, he helped produce this Oscar-nominated short documentary.
Okay.
So the one I'm really pulling for is that one.
Okay. Plug it again just so for the people.
It's as I armed only with a camera, the life and death of Brent Renaud.
Okay.
If you have an Oscar vote, I suggest going vote for you. We don't know anybody that has one of those.
I think those votes are already in, aren't they? Don't they? Are those votes already in?
Yeah, they're.
When are the Oscars anyway? We probably will do a little more movie
Couple
talk
weeks.
up to the as we get through. I'm on a quest to try and watch. At some point, I want to try to sneak in all the Oscar nominees. Like I know, and some of them are hard to access. Like I know I can get to F1. That's on Apple TV.
Right. March 15th on ABC.
March 15th. Okay. I've already seen the couple that we talked about. And then we've got, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Hamnet. But I'm going to have to try it at some point.
It doesn't sound like a good time.
It sounds like...
Neither is Marty Supreme, by the way. I'm just,
Oh, have you seen Marty Supreme already?
I have not seen it.
Okay, well, Marty Supreme I think is intended not to be a good time.
Some of those tough watches, like we were talking about, The Revenant. It's just a tough watch.
Engineered tough watches. That they get Oscar buzz, man. People like the people that vote for the people that vote for the Academy Awards. They like that shit. So we'll have some more Oscar talk as we get closer. Bugonia, like, it kind of got me, and it's another one of those that, like, in a year that, like, if this was a year where, like, I don't know if you remember The Shape of Water, which is an abjectly terrible film.
I don't know that it's a terrible film, but it's like, again, it's not my genre.
So, no one can tell me that that's a good movie. And it won Best Picture. I have
to suspend my disbelief so far, that I can't. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy those movies.
I just can't wait for you to watch Bugonia. But it's one of those movies that is like, it's a solid A-. It's like a 90. A 91. It might be a B+ in some people's eyes, but in a year when you've already got, like, at least 2 to 3, like, A+, like A+ to A movies, it doesn't have a chance. But in a lot of years, man, Bugonia would be like an Oscar favorite for Best Picture and probably for Best Screenplay too. Maybe even for Best Director. I'm telling you, man, it's good. It's shot in 3:4, by the way. Like it's not shot in widescreen. It's shot in like 35 millimeter, whatever that is.
It's shot in 4:3, like old
4:3, yeah.
Old TV.
Yeah.
It's wider than it is tall, right?
It's a little bit, but you've got boxes on both sides of your TV screen.
Yeah, that's
like
old
this.
4:3.
Yeah, it's
television.
4:3. I'm telling you, man, it's good. You're good. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't really tell you anything about it other than Emma Stone is fantastic and Jesse Plemons is really good too.
Maybe it's shot in Open Gate. Well, he was in my
he
was in my favorite film of 24, which was Civil War.
Okay, yeah, he was really good. He was
in
fucked up in that one.
Civil War.
Yeah, I wasn't as big of a Civil War fan, but I know a lot of people are.
I loved that film because I'm a former journalist.
Yeah,
but I also loved that his part because he's only on the screen like 12 minutes.
Oh yeah, and he chews it up, man.
He's just, you believe that guy.
Yeah,
you believe that guy.
Yep.
And that's, if you ever wonder what good acting is, it's when you watch them and you're like, that guy scares me.
Yeah. I always think of it in terms of, so there's a lot of younger actors that remind me that do this. Like Heath Ledger was one of these guys that when you hear that he's going to like play the Joker, for example, you're like, no way, how is that going to work? And then you see it and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You don't even know who that is under the mask.
They embody somebody else.
Jesse Plemons is one of those guys that could jump into a role like the Joker and like just completely vanish into it, you know? But we'll probably get into a deeper dive on Jesse Plemons. He was in The Master for a minute.
What's the opposite of that?
The opposite of that?
Jack Black?
Ooh, man. Well, the not like Robert Downey Jr. is a great example of this. Like he can fall into a role.
Oh yeah,
Christian Bale,
absolutely.
You know, Daniel Day-Lewis. We don't have to talk about that guy. It's Tom Hanks is kind of, there's a certain Tom Hanks-ishness that he brings to every role that you can't ever quite get rid of. You know? Like, do you think, has there ever been a role that Tom Hanks has, like, disappeared into? You know? And this is not to, like, disparage Tom Hanks. He's one of the 10 greatest actors of all time. But
is there a role that he's ever, like...
where you're like, oh, shit, that's Tom Hanks. Like, you're watching the movie, you forget that you're watching... maybe? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's the accent in The Terminal?
Maybe. But Tom Hanks, famously kind of shaky on accents.
Okay, I'm going to do opposites of this.
Okay.
All right. Bruce Willis.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Bruce Willis, you hire Bruce Willis to be Bruce Willis.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, now you're talking action heroes. I mean, you want to get into Vin Diesel and The Rock. I mean, The Rock just tried to disappear into a role in the Smashing Machine,
yes,
and did not pull it off, man. It's still The Rock.
Still looks like The Rock.
Still The Rock.
Yeah, I don't know. Kevin Hart.
I don't know if you can do. Can you do comedians in there though? Because then you're talking about like Will Ferrell and guys like that.
Eddie Murphy.
He
pulled it off when he was Professor the Clumps.
When he was the Clumps. Is that what it was? The Clumps?
I'm not even.
I don't know.
This Dr. Doolittle.
Doolittle. Oh my God, man.
I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy. Don't come hunt me down.
Eddie Murphy's doing just fine. He does not have any qualms about what he's done with his career.
Eddie Murphy does not give one shit about what I think or anybody else.
He does not.
I'll just remind you that they made a Caddyshack 2. Okay? That's all you need to know about Hollywood.
That's true. So we're in awards season. We're talking about Oscars and everything. We had the Grammys the other night. Since we're kind of talking pop culture,
yes.
Should we talk a little about Grammys and music?
Quickly.
Okay.
Chapel Rowan's dress.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
It was held up by nipple clamps.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I thought it was piercings even.
I don't know.
Whatever it is. I mean, look, if you're constructed like Chapel Rowan, there's certain things that you can pull off that, like, say you or I could not do.
You know what's weird,
or anyone would want us to do.
Every year, this shit rolls around.
Yeah.
Where you get, the Grammys or whatever it is, the Met Gala, those, and when popular stars, either actors or musicians or influencers or whatever, come out and look weird or dress outlandishly or wear a meat suit or whatever the case is.
It's performance art is what it is. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
And we talk about it for 2 or 3 months and then it's gone. Like, look.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever did. But, like, what do you expect? What do people expect?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think, was there like an uproar about this?
No. A couple of years ago, a woman wore like a thong, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay. It's the Grammys, man. It's largely musicians who I can tell you from working with a lot of musicians are prone to be a little weird, man. A little off. You got to be a little off as a musician.
We were making a music video a couple of years ago, and Andrew. Something had gone not quite right, and Andrew, he, in his way, pulls me to the side, and he's like, look, dude, they're artists, and you're going to have to, like, deal with that.
Yeah. You have to just go, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we did.
Yep.
And the music video was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was. Did you watch the Grammys at all?
I watched pieces and parts.
Because I did not. I'm so woefully out of touch with pop music.
Same.
Like, there's a lot of pop culture that I know plenty about. Music is like the Grammys have so passed me by. Like, I don't know. Like, now there's a lot of these artists that I still listen. Like, I listen to Kendrick Lamar. I'm trying to think I can't think of the rundown of some of these artists that were that were nominated for best album and best record and all that. But I look at some of the names and some of the performances on this list, and I'm just like, man, I don't have any idea. Aaron is way more into that stuff than I am.
No, my youngest daughter is into music, and she watched some of it, and I watched some of it with her. But that was about it.
Yeah,
I will watch the Oscars. I will watch the Golden Globes, those kinds of things.
Yeah,
but not they're not appointment television.
No, and when it comes to music, especially, I think you and I both like. Which is, I think this is a lot easier to do nowadays when you have so much available to you. You kind of like get into your brand of music,
yes,
that you like,
which is not your brand of music, and we cross pollinate.
We do a lot actually, but you just kind of stick to that. Like for example, I went. Well, I got to tell. Is this a good time for me to tell a story?
We'll wrap up with this.
So we went to see. Aaron and I got our daughter. What she wanted for Christmas was tickets to see Ghost, which is a band that is what I didn't know a lot about them. Now in the musician circles that I run in, there are a lot of people that when you mention Ghost, they go, "Oh, you're going to see Ghost?" Like, and I'm talking guys that play country, that play southern rock, that play rock and roll, like are like, "Oh my God, you're going to see Ghost." And I was like, right? "Yeah, okay, it's cool." My daughter's super into him and has been for a while. Like, went to see him in Chicago last year. Nothing more that she wanted for Christmas than tickets for the three of us. She really wanted the three of us to go see Ghost in Cincinnati. The show was fantastic. And they're kind of a metal band, but they're more like a 70s and 80s arena rock, hair metal, like Kiss, Journey, Boston type of metal heavy rock band. Okay, they're really kind of the modern day version of Kiss, and I would recommend checking them out. They've got this whole shtick that they do with like it's kind of alt religious, like dark
they're
arts.
A masked. By the way, you need to describe the band a little bit.
Yeah.
Tobias Forge is the only known and continuous member of the band.
Yes, there have been some others that have like their identities have come out and they've quickly been released from the band. So they do there's a lot of lore around the band.
Yeah, made up lore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which is not, that's not uncommon. Well, I mean, it's not unheard of.
So they're like Styx in that they do this sort of, I guess, concept albums.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a concept.
The whole band is a concept.
You went and saw them last night.
Last night. Yep.
Cincinnati.
Last night in Cincinnati. It was on Wednesday. We're recording on Thursday, the 5th. I went to see him on the 4th. The biggest thing I thought, there were a couple things that I thought were interesting that were not really related to the music. The music was great. Show was awesome. I highly recommend them. Their visuals and production are incredible. A couple things about this. So we get to the show, and one of the things they told us prior to the show was you're not allowed to use your phones in there. In fact, we're going to take your phones and we're going to put them in this like magnetically locked pouch that you keep with you, but you can't get your phone out during the show. Okay. If you want to look it up, it's called the Yonder YONDR pouch.
I'm shaking my head over here.
He's shaking his head.
I don't like any of this.
I don't like it necessarily, but not for the same reasons as you. I get why the artists are doing it. It's not common for this to happen, but it's at least an option. Like I went to see the Raconteurs a couple of years ago. You know what the Raconteurs are. They had the same thing. And it was annoying, and it added a step to getting in the doors and all that, which is I'm gonna get to that part in a second. But I get why artists do it. It takes away from your engagement with the show to have your phone. Also, I've been to a couple Tool shows over the last few years, and they say, hey, don't take out your phones, or like if we catch you with your phone out during the show, we're going to throw you out. And you know what happens? Nobody gets their fucking phone out. So it doesn't have to be in a pouch. You just have to say, we're going to throw you and your however much you paid for your ticket straight out the door if you got your phone out. So it can be done without these stupid little pouches. The other thing is we went to see this show at the Heritage Bank Center Arena in Cincinnati.
Formerly Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati.
It's been
there for 50 years.
It's been U.S. Bank Arena. It's been a number of things over the years. It's also the place where in 1979, The Who had a show where through a series of miscommunications and poor logistics, they opened the doors to the show at one point, and it sounded like the band had already started because of what was going on in there, or there was an early sound check or something. It was a general admission show.
There was a late sound check.
Okay. So whatever happened, they had like 2 doors open, and everyone had this like mad crush because it was general admission, right? So you had to get in and get the best place to stand or sit that you could. And there was a stampede, and 11 people died as a result of this. Part of it was the logistics, as I said, of the U.S. Bank or Heritage Arena, whatever you want to call it. And I was thinking of this last night. It was about 20 degrees when we rolled up into the parking garage outside of Heritage Bank Arena, and we stood in this line that was leading into like 4 open doors on the side of the arena where we were, when there were clearly many other ways that we could get into the place that they just weren't using. And we're standing in this line that's like thousands of people long, and we're standing out there and we're freezing. And I'm looking around, and there's like, we wore our coats. There's a lot of people that are like, the people that go to this ghost show are like, they're in costumes, they're in makeup, they're in these outfits that are like not suitable to be standing out in 20-degree weather for 40 minutes waiting to get in the show. And you got this process where you go in the door, you got to put your phone in this stupid little pouch, and then you've got like 3 gates, 3 metal detectors that you can go through with the slowest motherfuckers in the world working these three metal detectors. And I'm just looking around and I'm thinking, we've not learned a damn thing about logistics in this place. And it's an old arena, so it's smaller, and it doesn't have the amenities. The concourses are really narrow. But man, I'm like, there's kids out here that have been standing out there for 45 minutes.
They're getting hypothermia.
That are like, yeah, they're getting cold, man. I'm like, do we need the pouches in this situation? Kind of adds a little bit to the process. Also, what if we just opened a couple more doors and had a few more security guards?
So in 2019, I'm gonna back up. In 2013, I'm working at Channel 9 in Cincinnati. And in 2014, it would have been 35 years since the Who disaster in 1979, which was December of 1979, and it was about 20 degrees out then. So to add a little context to what you're talking about, back then, yes, general admission, 11 people died, but 25 people were transported, and about another 50 or 60 were treated on site.
Yeah.
So back in 2013, I'm working at Channel 9, and Channel 9, back in that time, was one of the dominant TV stations, and they just so happened to hear that go out over the scanner. And so they had a couple of camera crews on the scene of the 79 Who disaster at Riverfront Coliseum, and I pulled all the footage. So I've seen all the unredacted footage.
Okay.
I've seen every inch of it.
Yeah.
And it is haunting.
Yeah.
And in 2019... in 2013, I had pulled all this footage and, thinking that we might do this documentary. Well, they did it in 2019 for the 40th anniversary, and they got Roger Daltrey to talk for the manager, and they got Pete Townsend to all be in the documentary. And they have all these people that were in the crowd that night in the documentary. Mm-hmm. And basically what happened was they went on with the show. Mm-hmm. So, yes.
Well, they didn't tell. This is the thing. And Roger Daltrey talked about this they played in Buffalo the next night.
Yeah.
And Roger Daltrey was like, we didn't have any idea. Pete Townsend was like, I felt absolutely horrible that we continued to play that show and then just moved on to the next city to play the next night.
He and
like,
Roger Daltrey, they're not on the same page.
No.
Roger Daltrey went and said in Buffalo that we're playing for our fans in Cincinnati tonight.
Yeah.
And Pete Townsend says, I watched the documentary today, and Pete Townsend says, well, you're in the wrong fucking city, mate.
Yeah.
And so Pete was like, we shouldn't have never left the city, and Daughtry was like, "What were we going to do? We couldn't bring him back."
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
But it's important to know that it wasn't like the Who found out what was going on outside and then went on and played anyway.
no.
They
Their
were not
manager
told.
did not tell them
Yeah.
until the encore, and he said they came off the stage, and he said, "I have some really awful news. Go out and play 2 songs and cut the show off, and I will tell you when you come back."
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Oh, it's horrifying.
And then he told them.
You know, and it's not the last time that happened either. Pearl Jam famously had a show over in Germany, I believe, or maybe it was Roskilde. I think that was in Poland, where they had a trampling. They had a stage rush situation, and
Well, that ended the general seating.
yeah.
They did not do any more general seating.
Right.
After,
No,
basically
they
after
didn't.
that.
No, they didn't. And they were very cognizant of being really careful about their crowds after that. I mean, and for good reason. But you know, it's just funny the short memories that we have, because I'm looking at this. You look around at Heritage Bank Arena, it's like, how is this place even still open? Like, it just looks like a logistical nightmare to get people in and out of there.
They just have not replaced Riverfront Coliseum. There are great places to go see a show in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, Bogarts is one of them. In fact, the lead singer for Ghost, mentioned having played Bogarts at one point.
There's the Aronoff Center for the arts. There's a couple of downtown places, but the only place that seats 18,000 is the Heritage Bank.
Yeah. Well, there's Riverbend, and then there's the
totally different
the PNC
scene.
Pavilion, which is a whole different thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are outdoor
Yeah.
amphitheaters. But anyway, I recommend Ghost. Be prepared to put your phone in a pouch. And you know what? Don't bitch about it, because it actually was a pretty good time not having my phone.
Gosh, I don't even want to think about it.
See, you think this is like hoity-toity shit. Like the band was
I think it's like back when you had to bring a camcorder to tape a show,
Mm-hmm.
it was a different thing. Everybody has a fucking camcorder on their phone now.
Sure.
Get over it.
Yeah, but if you're an artist and you have like, you've got all these, there's people that are putting live videos of your shows out on YouTube. Like in this day and age when it's like you're almost forced to charge $150 for your tickets because of all the different people that are taking cuts and how much it costs to put on productions and all that, and all the fees that come with all the. It's insane what you have to charge for tickets to make money. Now, Ghost, to their credit, like, we paid $60 for our tickets. But you would have that. How many people are you going to lose to your live shows if you can just go on YouTube and watch a live show?
Let me politely stop you right there.
Okay.
I am never, if I want to go see a concert and I pull up a show that's on YouTube already shot with a cell phone, come on. That is not the same thing.
I know, but you and I are not. We're not the same as the young people that are buying the tickets, man.
You know what? The only reason I wouldn't go to a concert if I pulled it up on YouTube is because the singer was Vince Neil.
Oh, go.
Or somebody or Diamond Dave, or somebody that, Frankie Valli or somebody like that, where I know I'm getting an animatronic version of the person that used to be.
A lot of backing tracks.
Or a cosplay of what they used to be.
Yeah. No,
So,
I get it.
Anyway,
All right.
we got to wrap.
We'll wrap it up. Super Bowl this weekend. Eat a bunch of shitty food, please.
Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on X now.
We're on X. It sounds like we just had a handful of ecstasy. We have to end the show.
TikTok has been weird this week, so if you're not seeing our posts, go find us.
Man, TikTok is really in rough shape. Bet small, lose small at gmail.com if you want to send us a nice note or something. We'll see you next week.